Friday, baby. It's Friday and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Dose of the Dutch Endeavor podcast. It's Friday, January 27th. I don't know why I keep telling you guys a date. I don't think it matters. You just get daily doses on the weekdays when I'm good and damn ready. Uh, I don't know. Tonight might be a shit show or who knows. I'm grumpy, man. Dude, like, it's just one of those days. You know what I mean? Just one of those days. Like, as many of you know, I'm a train guy. Okay. Started with the second surgery, and I was like, man, I need a hobby. And I need a hobby that isn't like, you know, super physically active because I'm gonna be laid up for a while. So I don't know how I found it, but it's like, let's do trains. So I did HO trains and layout. And for those of you who have seen it, Phil, Reed Gypsy, everybody else, I mean, it's a pretty good layout. And I add to it slowly, but I haven't been able to add to it in a while because I've been out of town and then I had company in town and I've got other stuff going on, so I don't have any time to actually like work on layout. So I get some time to work on the layout, and it's just not working. Like I bought an oil pump jack. If you've ever been to the country or anything, you know what I'm talking about. They're on the out in the farms and stuff. There are things that go around and up and up. And I got one that was motorized. Like, you know, you build the model and you add a motor and it works. It makes it more realistic. Well, I burned the first motor up. I mean, torched that thing. And then I've been waiting for the second motor. Finally got it today. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how to get this in there and not burn it up. So I'm taking my voltometer and testing different things. And they say it's a 12-volt motor. And I test this input or whatever, and it's 12 volts. And then I hook it up, it doesn't move. It's like, God, I'm going to smash something. And then I figure out batteries that test way lower than 12, but it worked. So we got a battery pack rolling. It's still connected to the DCC system. Because this is a train layout, right? This is a good one. Okay, I mean, it's all automated, runs off computer. There's block detection, there's signals, there's everything. And it was super frustrating trying to get this in. It's like right in the middle of the board where I can't reach. So not only is it physically can't really get to it, but mentally it's just fucking me. And it just irritated me. Finally got it fixed. Looked good. Ran a couple new cars. They're derailing it. Bad day. And then on top of everything else, life. So we are gonna do a podcast though. And holy shit. Seriously, guys, like every single day I try and do this podcast. I know I miss some days. And I miss the weekends because I'm doing other shit. But I do podcasts on, let's say, like Thursday. Perfect example. Where I can't think that shit can get any more stupid. Like, I think last night it was like, all right, the world cannot get any fucking dumber. And I mean, son of a bitch, the world surprises me. And it manages to get fucking dumber. And I don't mean like a little dumber. I mean like a lot dumber. And this is, I mean, I can't remember the movie quote, but it's like, I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills at this point. And I still don't understand how any normal person, and I'm not even going to say left or right, but I will eventually, you know that. But I don't know how any normal person opens up any news or social media, because social media is a form of news, or anything, and just doesn't be like, what the fuck is going on? Perfect example. So you guys know I listen to Mandy. And if you don't, she's a local radio host here in Denver who's on KOA from noon to 3 every weekday. And I listen to her. I enjoy her stuff for the most part. Okay? We're, you know, it's not all politics, it's not all crazy shit. It's just but I I saw this tweet first and didn't think any of it, and then Mandy picked it up, and here we are. So, and this is from a while ago, but I might have been republished, and it's now circulating. So it's clearly, and I can't find the original article, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe someone just dug something up from 5 years ago, but here it is. This is from Cosmopolitan, the chick magazine. Okay. And this is, I guess, under the sex and relationship um, headline. I mean, I guess or subcategory. It kind of looks like they have celeb style, beauty, life, probably sex and relationships. I don't know, man. But the title of this is Why Guys Get Turned On When You Orgasm and Why That's a Bad Thing. And then the subheadline is Of course, guys manage to make your, all caps, orgasm about themselves. And this is by the editors. It was published a couple years back, but it's making the rounds now. So I don't know if they've like revamped this or what the hell. So this is actually when I'm almost like I got a lot of words, but I'm not sure any of them are coherent. And this was tweeted. It's a screenshot of a tweet by Delusional Takes at Delusional Postings, which is about right. So let's unpack this a little bit. I guess what Cosmo's trying to tell you ladies is that if a guy's turned on when you orgasm, it's a bad thing because he's making your orgasm about him. And okay. Let's accept that premise. And let's roll with it. Okay? Let's just accept that premise. Bobby's an asshole because he made Jenny orgasm first and he made it about himself. So fuck Bobby. And Jenny, you're fucking welcome. Okay? Couple things here. Bobby, such a dickhead. It's such an inconsiderate piece of shit that he would go to all that trouble. Because guys, let's talk about this. The female orgasm is like a treasure map that you don't have, you don't know, and holy Christ, it's a mess. So if one of us is considerate enough or able to find that treasure before they find their own treasure, it's now he's an asshole because he found your treasure first. All right. Well, fuck Bobby. Guy's a dick. How dare he? Now, in the article, the parts that we have found, and I did again had some help from Andy. It's not only that he found the treasure, but now it's like a moment of triumph for him, and that's how he's made her orgasm about him. Is that it's triumphant that he was able to accomplish that prior to his accomplishment. Who fucking cares? Holy shit. No wonder women are so disillusioned now because they read this shit. I mean, if you get your rocks off, you get your rocks off. I don't care how it fucking happens. Also, do you want to talk about physiological things? Like, I'm not 20 anymore, I don't have a whole bunch of bullets in the chamber. I got one. Then I got to reload. And reloading takes some time, a little Gatorade, little power bar. Holy fuck. So not only is it a physiological, like, because Susie can have a bunch. Like 4, 5, 6. Fucking Bobby gets one shot and he needs a break. He needs a sandwich, a little Gatorade, maybe some Pedialyte, something to recharge the engines, man. So who cares if damn, you should be proud. And women, you should be proud too and be like, yeah, I didn't have to fake it. He's able to figure. He read the treasure map, albeit it's in fucking Spanish, but he read it and figured it out. It's this kind of, and I'm going to use this word that I tend not to because it only applies to us. It's this kind of toxic, dumbass shit that, little Susie's reading at 21, 22, and she's like, oh yeah. Him finding the treasure, him finding my treasure before him finding his treasure is a bad thing. No, it's not. You just be happy somebody found something. Holy Christ. I mean, am I wrong here? Like, you guys bitch that we finish before you do, and we only care about, our pride, or I'm sorry, we don't care about our pride, and we don't give a damn if you're satisfied. 8 seconds of glory. Boom, skunk week. Thanks, guys. Um, but then when we try and succeed, and we find your treasure first, now you're pissed about that. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I honestly don't know. That's why you should just get a hooker. She doesn't read these articles. She doesn't give a shit about this crap. Okay. What else can we go about? I guess we could stay on the whole, like, sexy kind of chick thingy. So there's a new thing on the old interwebs going around that these women are posting provocative pictures of themselves and they're saying, like, me or a PS5. And unfortunately, a lot of people, sometimes they even post like an actual poll. Now it's just like a tweet to get attention or a TikTok, whatever. But sometimes they post a poll, and it turns out that most of us would rather have a PS5 than you. Um, why the fuck do you guys want a PlayStation? That's Japanese shit. Get an Xbox, man. At least you play Halo on it. Greatest game ever made. But again, just when I think things can't get any fucking stupider, we got some girl with her tits hanging out, and she's like, "Would you rather have me or a PS5?" Well, I mean, if we're being honest here, and I know a bunch of you nerds are like, "Dutch, it's not supposed to be honest. It's supposed to attract." Fine, but I'll be honest. I think I'd rather have the PS5 because that's actually obtainable. Okay? Trust me, fellers, you're not going to get some internet chick. I can almost guarantee it. Okay? Yep, no, I can absolutely guarantee it. You're not going to get some internet chick. So if you in the little poll was like, I pick you, she's not going to DM you and be like, okay, you got me. She's also not going to give you a PS5. So it's kind of stupid in the whole grand scheme of things. But if you honest question, yeah, I'd take the PS. Man, I don't know. Some of them are doing Xbox, and I'm absolutely taking the Xbox. Because I mean, I'm a modern man. I don't really want a chick with an OnlyFans though. I'm sorry. Like that's kind of like a you and me thing. That's not like a you, me, and 10 million other people kind of thing. So yeah, I'll take the Xbox. If you're gonna send it to me, I have one, but if you want to give me another one, that'd be awesome too. Because I could send it to some of my dumb friends that don't have one, but they probably voted in the poll too. So you should send them an Xbox. Because A, there's not enough of you to go around, and you don't have enough money. Well, some of you might have enough money to give us all Xboxes, but it's just again, what the? Where the fuck are we? Would you rather have me or an Xbox? I'm taking the Xbox. Rather have me or a Mustang. I'm taking the attainable thing because I don't want to date an internet hooker. Which, and I know you guys make a fortune off OnlyFans, and I'm super okay and proud of that. I don't want to date you though. Maybe one or two of them, but like, hey, no more OnlyFans after you give me my 10 million. No, I'm just being a dick. I don't really care about any of it. But no, I don't really want to date a girl with an OnlyFans. I'm sorry. Like that's kind of a private thing, and if you want to show the whole world your shit, fine. I'll jack off to it. I'm just not gonna date you. Super easy. Um. Okay, I think we've got all of the chick stuff out of the way. Let's move down the list and see how we go. So, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Project Veritas, but they're a lot of people say they're actual journalists, and I tend to kind of believe because they do like the shit that people used to, like hidden cameras, and stuff, and they get the real information. Well, Project Veritas, and we're gonna talk about the outcome of this a little bit, but we're talking more about the circumstances. Project Veritas apparently got a hold of a video. Not apparently, they did. And I don't have it because I don't know how it works with. Well, I have it, but I'm not sure how it works putting it up on here. If somebody's going to copyright me or that shit, I don't want to get involved with that. But what happens was they've caught a Pfizer management feller on camera saying that, Pfizer is trying to mutate the COVID shit so they can make another vaccine for it and make more money. I mean, pretty scumbaggy shit, whether it's true or not. I mean, that's a horrible thing to do. And then they get this guy saying this stuff, and then somebody comes in from Veritas, and he's famous. He tweeted about it, so you'll know. And starts asking this guy about this shit. And this guy starts losing his ever loving mind. They're in like a restaurant, coffee shop. It looked like a pizza joint to me. Some people said coffee shop. I don't know. He starts losing his mind. And when I say losing his mind, I mean like really losing his mind. This is the Pfizer guy who got caught. He's running all over the place. He's calling the cops. He's locking doors. He is losing his shit because I'm pretty sure his career as he knows it is over. He then gets a few snippets in when this feller's asking him, like, hey man, what'd you mean about this? He's like, I thought I was on a date and I made up a bunch of shit because that's what you do on a date. Now we're gonna start talking about the craziness of this from my point. So again, Pfizer's a piece of shit company. We know that. The vaccine's fake. All that crap is just nonsense. And if you're still on board with it, you're an idiot. The gypsy's vaccinated and she has COVID. So apparently doesn't work. That's not how vaccines work, motherfucker. Again, like I said a million times, if you have the polio vaccine, you don't get polio. It's not like you get a lesser version of polio. You just don't get it. Mom's measles, all that shit. But this one was a money grab by Pfizer and Moderna and all those assholes in maybe cahoots with the government to get rid of Trump. Doesn't matter. It doesn't work. You're dumb for thinking it does. We've said this all along. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. What matters though, well, what I want to talk about, you know what matters, but what I want to talk about is A, who is the guy at Project Veritas that drew the short straw? And I'm going to say short straw because not that you're homophobic and an asshole. Yep. All right. Whatever. They're going to call it anyway, so might as well just do it. Who's the guy at Project Veritas that drew the short straw that had to go on this gay date with this guy? And I guess this was the third date. So he had to do this two other times to get him to say this dumb shit. But you're just sitting around, you know, in like the conference room, and be like, all right, Bill, are you getting Ted? Chad? Cal? And you just go through the list of guys and you finally get to Tanner and be like, Tanner, sure, I'm good, man. Let's do this. Now, a couple things. Props to Tanner for doing that. Also, a little weird. But so Tanner goes out with this guy a couple times, and then on a third date, he gets this guy to admit a bunch of shit. And then Tanner leaves, from what I understand, and they send in, you know, Jack or whatever, and Jack starts asking fucking questions because all the shit's on video. And the dude who now realizes that he's fucked freaks the fuck out. It's hilarious. Um, so yeah, that's journalism. Bravo to Veritas. Tanner, good job, buddy. Way to take one for the team. And like we've said forever, Pfizer is a bunch of scumbags in bed with the government, and stop taking their crap. They're called, we can't say it because probably get banned on YouTube or something like that. But it turns out that none of this shit was real. Like it's not effective. It's not useful. It's completely just a money grab. So the other interesting thing is that petroleum companies, gas companies, are making a bunch of money, and people are fucking beside themselves. But nobody gives a shit that Pfizer and Moderna and all these companies are making even more money off of just a made up bullshit thing. Huh, funny. Kind of weird, but who knows? Mm. Okay, let's see here. Speaking of politicians lying, so there's this new thing on, I don't know if it's new, but on Twitter, you can now like um add context to a tweet, and people are starting to do it on a lot of tweets, but specifically on tweets where Democrats are lying. And I don't know where I saved it. Let's check bookmarks. It might be there. No, it's not. I don't know where it is. But there's a tweet going out that like one of the Democrats is like, the Republicans are proposing like a 20 to 30% sales tax, and we say fuck that, we're never going to let it happen and all that. Okay, you're right about some of that. The part you're right about is that yes, Republicans are proposing that. The part you're wrong about, though, is that they're proposing that as a flat tax type of situation where we eliminate all other taxes. So you don't have any income, you don't have any of that other shit. It's just everyone gets nailed with that 30% sales tax. And it's not 30%. Last time I heard was like 24. I can't remember. But that is how they were going to simplify the tax code and all this shit. And then all these corporations and all this crap wouldn't be, they, you know, they couldn't go through the loopholes, which aren't really loopholes. They're laws that Democrats and Republicans made that allows these companies to pay less in income tax. They still pay corporate and all that stuff, and they still take assload of losses. And most of you don't understand this, and I'm not going to explain it tonight. But what the Republicans are proposing is that we have a flat tax, which is like a 30% sales tax. Okay? Let's just go with 30% because it'd probably be easier for math. Or we could say 20. Doesn't matter. And we get rid of all other taxes. Now, that will do a couple things. It will eliminate the gap between the people who pay like 20% taxes and the people who pay 40, 50% taxes. Okay? Because then everyone will have to pay, like the Democrats like to say so much, their fair share. Okay? So, yeah, and people are like, how does that work, Dutch? Well, let me explain to you. You're going to have to pay 20 per 30. We're going to say 20 because that's what I'm going to remember. The 20% on sales tax on shit you buy as middle income. Okay? Now, your fair share will be 20% of that new car you buy, which as middle income might be $50,000. Rich people are going to have to pay 20% sales tax on their new car too. The only difference is they're buying a fucking Lamborghini, which is $300,000. So they're paying their fair share, so are you. The other thing that they're not mentioning is that the super poor people who currently pay they pay no taxes, but also does like half the fucking country. They will have a credit at the beginning of every year or month that will stipend their sales tax pay. Okay? A little break, a little influx, something like that. If they don't use it properly, that's their fucking fault. But the thing on Twitter where you can add context to a dumb fucking tweet, I love. I think it's great. Because again, yes, we do want a 20, 25, 30% sales tax. But what you're missing from your tweet, you dumb fucking Democrat, is that we want to get rid of all other taxes. So it kind of evens out in the end, and then everybody ends up paying their actual fair share. And if you're a billionaire and you don't buy anything, well, you don't have to pay any taxes. Seems okay to me. Where else are we going here, man? Should we talk about the 5 black cops that beat and killed a black guy? No, because wait a minute, that doesn't fit the narrative. I mean, they're riding over it and they're pissed. But yeah, the Tyrone or whatever, that guy who died, or Tyree Nichols, he was actually murdered by black cops. Black on black violence. Huh. So it's not just white guys fucking with black people. The blacks do it too. So maybe the BLM should. I don't hear them up in arms. Well, maybe they are. They're probably burning down Atlanta as we speak. Atlanta's in a city of disaster or whatever you want to call it right now because of this shit. I don't know if it's because of this shit, but they're pissed about something. And then this is what, and I don't know everything about this, and I haven't read about it, so that's why I'm not going to touch on it a lot. I know that a bunch of black guys killed another black guy, and they were cops. But I do know that CNN has got to be the dumbest fucking news report place in the goddamn world, because this is their headline and this is an opinion, but this is an opinion for someone who works for CNN, who influences other shit they do. So it's important to know this. The police who killed Tyree Nichols were black, but they might still have been driven by racism. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. About like, just when I think shit can't get any dumber or crazier, son of a bitch, it does. So, are these self hating black guys who hated this black guy more because he was blacker, less black, more I don't know. Tell me, CNN. And I'm not going to read the article because, holy fuck, it just inherently is dumb. And if you can't see how inherently stupid this is, you're the problem. And I know that's tough to hear, that you're the problem, but you are. how the hell is black guys killing black guys racist? That kind of defeats the purpose of it, of being racist. Thinking one race is better than the other. Now, if we're going to have like different races inside races, like there's different races of black people inside black race, holy shit, I can't keep up. And I don't care. But it's not racist. It's 5 assholes that decide to kill someone. Yeah, charge them with murder. Fuck them. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what color the victim is. They murdered someone. Nail their asses to the goddamn wall. End of story. Nope, you don't have to riot. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just nail their asses to the wall and tell them to fuck off. Boom, done. All right. Let's see here. Let's do one more thing about politics, and then we'll go on to sports. All right. So this guy, Master P. Cakes in Colorado, has been fighting the Supreme Court and everybody for years. So fucking long. Because he didn't want to make cakes for gay people, and they got pissed. He doesn't want to make it for trans people, and they got pissed. And it wasn't that he wasn't going to sell them a pre-made cake. It was he was not going to make a personalized cake for this shit because of religious freedom. Fine. He lost again in Colorado because we're fucking retarded. Again, folks, let's be clear about a couple things. A private company can do whatever the hell they want. If they don't want to sell to white people, let them. They're going to lose a lot of business. If they don't want to sell to black people, let them. They're going to lose a lot of business. If they don't want to sell to gay people, let them. They're going to lose a lot of business. And they're not only going to lose, we'll use the gay thing because this is Masterpiece Cakes. If he doesn't want to sell to gay people, he's going to lose a lot of business. Gay, lesbian, trans, all those people aren't going to go there. Also, sympathetic straight people are not going to go there. Okay? Let him sink his own business. Quit going in there like a bunch of assholes and trying to be like, well, I want you to, knowing full well he's not going to fucking do it for you, and then take him to court. You're just a piece of shit and you can fuck yourself. Secondly, and firstly, like I said, private companies can do whatever the fuck they want on the basis of religious freedom and a whole bunch of other bases. And I listened to some guy on Ross the other, like months ago, who was like, well, wait a minute. It's not personal religious freedom because you're a company. Well, let me explain something to you, you goddamn retard. Yes, I understand that the company is the one that is being sued and all that. But companies are not like just things. They're ran by people with beliefs and stuff. And that you can't get away from, you goddamn idiot. So yes, while I understand that the corporation itself should not hold the same values of, the owners and the workers and all that, I'm arguing it should, because the corporation of itself wouldn't exist without the people, and those people carry beliefs and things like that. So you have a dumb fucking argument and shut up. Just let the guy do whatever he wants. He can sink his own ship. If the KKK wants to start a lemonade stand and isn't going to sell to anyone that isn't a white guy, let him. They're going to lose a lot of business. Because I'm not necessarily going to go there either. Because, when I go there and like, you're white, you can have some lemonade. I'm like, okay, well, what about my buddy over here, Fract? And then they say, no, he can't. I'm like, well, I'll go to the lemonade stand down the street. I'm not going to sue them. Jesus Christ, if he wants to make poor business decisions, and again, I'm not saying it's poor from his perspective, but if he doesn't want to make cakes for gay people, go somewhere else. He's not the only cake shop in town. You guys are just doing this to be a pain in the ass, and that's what's irritating. Gee, this is again, I don't have to celebrate your lifestyle. I tolerate it. Let me just tolerate it. But if I own a company where I build sheds for people, and I don't want to build sheds for gay people, fine. Let me do that. Let me drive my company into the ground. Because word will get out, and there'll be straight people who'll be like, well, he'll build a shed for us, but he won't for our friend, Jim and Dave, and we're not okay with that. We'll go to a different shed company. God damn, again, when you can't think, it can't get any stupider. It manages to. And on this time, I do blame the LBGTQ ABC XYZ. Let it fucking go. Find another place to buy goddamn cakes. You know full well he's not going to make you a goddamn cake, and you're just going in there to be a pain in the ass. Stop it. Stop being a pain in the ass. Good God. Get your shit together, and then also, hey, here's a theory. Maybe if you guys weren't having drag shows at schools and NBA halftime shows and harassing some fucking cake maker, people would take you a little more seriously. But at this point, it just seems stupid and childish. Fuck it, move on. Find somebody else to make you a cake. Again, he's not the only cake maker. I promise you, there's other cake makers in Colorado. They'll make you a cake. They'll make it any fucking color you want with any kind of words on it. Go somewhere else. Do not quit being a fucking problem. Jesus, just put your head down and fall in line. You're not special. You're not any different from anybody else. You just like Jim instead of Susie. Fuck off. That's not an important thing. That's not an important distinction. You still put your pants on one leg at a time. Or your dress. I don't give a shit, whatever you want to call it. You still put on both socks before you put on both shoes. If you do sock, shoe, you're a serial killer and we need to talk. But Jesus, if this is your fucking ideology that is your end all be all, get your shit together. All right, let's talk about sports. The Broncos are still looking for a head coach. And the amount of Broncos insiders right now, damn it, man. There's more people on the inside than the outside. And it's annoying. You guys know what the fuck's going on. And stop arguing amongst yourselves. I'm going to put this out right now. This doesn't have to do with head coaching, but this has to do with being a fan. Real fans do not support their team if they're doing things that are stupid. Now, if you're just bad and you're trying to be good, great. But if it doesn't look like you're trying to be good, fuck them. Secondly, you do not root for division rivals ever, no matter what. In any sport. You don't even root for Broncos. You don't even root for the AFC. Now, if there's two AFC teams playing and you want to watch that game, you root for the one that is not in your division. And if both of those teams are in your division, you pray that the world ends and they both lose. Okay? That's how that works. Now, when the Super Bowl comes around and it's the Niners and Bengals, you like that? I just did my NFL picks. Bengals beat the Chiefs. Absolutely. Niners beat whatever shit show they're playing. Eagles. Okay? So it's going to be Niners and Bengals in the Super Bowl. You do not root for the Bengals. You root for the NFC. Because you're a Broncos fan. And that's the way it works. Okay? This is not a debatable thing. This isn't anything. Fuck off. These are the goddamn rules. Like I told Hollywood the other night. You can Google this shit like sports fan rules, okay? It's up there. You're a fan of the team you were born with some stipulations. We've already discussed, whatever. When it comes to being a fan, you never root for a rival. And that's the other thing. People are like arguing who are the Broncos' rivals. AFC guys, fucking morons. Anyone in the AFC West is a rival. We play them twice a year. Okay? Fuck them. Now, as for the coaching, you guys don't know anything. There's some Albright, that asshole, he's been wrong about fucking everything. And he's come up with a million. Stop listening to these idiots and just let it play out. I promise you, the Broncos will fuck this up. They are the Broncos. They are the kings of fucking things up that are easy and everything else. They will screw this up. We will have another OC or DC. We are going to suck next year. It's just time to realize that when we have better options. Sean Payton doesn't want to be here. Good God. It's over. Okay? Now, if by some slim chance we get Sean Payton, it might not be over. But if we don't get him, it's fucking over. Okay? Get over it. Learn fucking sports. You goddamn idiots. Hiring an OC or a DC is not a good idea. It hasn't worked for us in the past 5 or 6 years. It's not going to work for us now. Russell Wilson's a goddamn idiot. He needs someone to corral him who is a real head coach and tell him to get off the goddamn runway and get on the practice field. Okay? Perfect example. Gary Kubiak was a shitty head coach. It's great OC, though. Awesome OC. Okay? We need to hire a head coach, not an ace or an OC or a DC, and convert them. It's not going to work. It's dumb. It isn't going to happen. Now, sometimes you get fucking lucky. Okay? Kyle Shanahan. But look at his daddy. All right? So, if we get Bob Stoops' kid or, Sean Payton's kid, somebody with head coaching pedigree. Yes, fine. Maybe. Probably fucking not. Get over it. Stop arguing. You're all goddamn idiots. Because most of the people I've seen arguing, and I know some of these people through whatever channels, you're not from Colorado. You're not from Denver. You grew up somewhere else. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Shut up. Well, I'm a sportscaster, Dutch. You're still a moron, okay? You transferred from somewhere else, like DMAC. You're from Boston. Shut up, nerd. Albright, I don't know where you're from. You're an idiot, too. Most of you are morons, and you're not from here, okay? Well, Dutch, you're not that old. You're right. I'm not. My mother is. She was alive before the Broncos were even a franchise. She knows how this works. Grandma and Gramps were here also. And great grandma and great grandpa were here. So we got 4 generations, maybe 5 of Colorado. We know how this goes. Shut up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Well, Dutch, why aren't you on the radio? Because I say the F word a lot. Like fuck and shit and damn and all that stuff. And they won't put me on it. I've been on the radio before. You can find it. And some guy was super pissed that I was on there because I was somebody's boyfriend. When the other guy was a goddamn idiot. He's a psychopath and whatever. So yeah, I've been there, done that. Shut up. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm goddamn tired of hearing it. Get rid of Twitter. I have, basically. I may still have it because I listen to traffic reports and stuff, and CDOT tweets everything before they fucking do anything else. So yeah. But I can still see it. You're all idiots. Shut up. Keeping with last sports. The Avs are back to being assholes. How are you up 3-1 to the second worst team in hockey and you fucking lose that game 5-3? 4 unanswered goals. Ungoddamn believable. I don't know what the problem is. I'm starting to lose a little faith. You're not a real fan. Yeah, I'm a real fan. I watched the game. They look like monkey shit. They need to figure it the fuck out. Let's get rolling, Avs. Back to it. Frenchie, you were not great last night. I still love you more than the Russian bitch, but come on, man. If I'm going to defend you, you at least have to put forth some effort. I don't think he saw the pumper. Roycroft, shut up, too. All right. Let's wrap this up. Oh, 2 more things, and then we'll get out of here. It's a long daily dose. You guys are welcome. This gets you through your weekend. The MLB, and I couldn't really make sense of this article, but I kind of did. And if I'm wrong, correct me. If I'm not, shut up. I guess MLB is telling teams, you guys get 4 fucking jerseys. Leave it at that. And people are mad. I'm not even going to get into the rules that MLB is implementing this year to make you mad. That's a separate issue. It's the same issue, but the MLB is fucking itself for dumb people like DMAC. We're like, baseball games are too long. Shut up, nerd. I watched a 4-hour football game last weekend that I want to tear my goddamn eyes out with. Okay? Baseball is not too long. You just don't understand it because you're a simpleton and a moron. If a baseball game goes 7 hours, I'm fine with that. I can nap. I can and still pay. Yeah, fine. The other rule changes are for assholes, but this one people are super unhappy about, or it was just in the news today. Okay, you only get 4 jerseys, and people are like super pissed. Let me tell you how it should be. You get 2 jerseys. You get a white jersey because you're the home team, and a gray one because you're the away team. Done. Yeah, we don't have to talk about this anymore. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. That's how it always is. The Yankees have 2 jerseys. The Dodgers have 2 jerseys. The Giants have 2 jerseys. The team, and I think the Cardinals have 2. And if they don't, I'm very fucking disappointed in them. Now, if you want to do something special for, Veterans Day or something where you have a little camo involved or something like that, no, fuck it. You get 2 jerseys, a white and a gray, home and away. I don't know why you. Oh, no. I know why you need multiple jerseys. Money. Because you're all a bunch of assholes and that's all you care about. I don't want the Rockies in purple, green, red, orange, blue, all these other dumb colors. Give them white pinstripes, gray pinstripes. Call it a day. Yankees, white pinstripes, gray pinstripes. Call it a day. Dodgers, white, gray. Cardinals, white, gray. Or, and I will give you this, Cardinals, baby blue, gray. But that's your season home and away, nerds. Giants, gray, little off white. I like that off white sometimes. Same with the Padres. They do that kind of off white kind of thing. I like that. I'm okay with it. But you get 2 home and away. Because that was the main point of the jersey. Well, not only that you all looked alike and it was a uniform, and uniform comes from uniformity. That's why we wore them. Okay? And then you could sometimes, when it was obscure, not obscure, but yeah, obscure. You didn't necessarily know. You knew who the home team was because they're in white, and you know who the away team was because they were in gray. Huh? That's fucking baffling how easy that is. Now, the NFL does a little different. They do the home team is in color and the away team is white. I'm fine with that, but still stick to 2 fucking jerseys. Hockey, I guess you could do the same thing. 2 jerseys, color and white. Basketball, color and white. I'm fine with that. And if white's away for those 3, I'm fine. Or if you want to make white home, but you should centralize this and just look, white is home, gray is away. Or white is home, color is away. Or color is home, white is away. We can figure that out on our own. Like if you just explain the rules, we've got it. But I don't need a team with 17 different fucking jerseys like Oregon, man. And they end up looking stupid. Holy hell. Again, just when I think things can't get any goddamn dumber. Son of a bitch. You guys surprised me. Okay, last thing. So you guys know the AP, the Associated Press. It's important that they're called the Associated Press because they put out something today. There's also the AP Style Guide, which is a guide for journalists on how to write news stories, like what your words to use, what words not to use. Kind of like with the January 6th thing, they said, hey, make sure you say insurrection as much as you possibly can, even though it's not really an insurrection. We're just a bunch of pieces of shit. Well, this week, the AP style guide, said stop using the word the. Yeah. Like, don't call them the French and some other stuff. The French, the Asians, I don't know. The Japanese, the whatever, the line workers, the police, because it's offensive and not inclusive. But again, I want you to think about this. Their title is the AP. They are the Associated Press. So should we use that for them or no? No? Okay. They also corrected their tweet because they did say the French. I can't remember the other things, but it just stuck out like the French, cheese eating surrender monkeys. And they have since apologized because in their tweet, as the example of why not to use they use the French was apparently offensive. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't take it anymore. I'm just not going to participate. I'm going to just do whatever the hell I want. They are the French and fuck them. They're a bunch of cheese eating surrender monkeys. They are the Japs and they did this. And they are the Chi Coms and they're a bunch of Chinese communists. And they are the gays and they are the lesbians and they are the blacks and they are the whites. And they are the. Fuck you. Oh, this has been fun. I'm actually going to go drown my sorrows in as much whiskey as humanly possible. Um, Not the whiskey, because that would be insensitive. I'm just going to drink whiskey, not the bourbon. Fucking Christ. You guys gotta get a fucking life. I can't do this anymore. I really can't. I'm gonna try and be as offensive as humanly possible. You thought I was being offensive now? I've actually been trying to hold back so I don't get banned. Floodgates are open. The Dutch dam is just broken. The DD is broken. Imagine like DD, like, think of it this way: the Dutch dam, floodgates open, DD, double D's, bra open. So now you get to hear whatever I think and just picture a bunch of big boobs coming at you. You're welcome. Hey man, it's been fun. And ladies, it's been fun. I appreciate everyone who listens, everyone who liked and subscribes. Dave, I'm still waiting for your answer, buddy. Where are you at, boy? You gonna come on and defend yourself or no? You said you were gonna troll us. Didn't see much of that. Do me a favor, guys. Head up to the socials at Dutch in Denver. No I is one of the Twitters. Everything else, Dutch in Denver has an I, just not on Twitter. Or if you want to find my main, at Dutch the Beast, anchor.fm/Dutch in Denver. And while I'm on it, do me a favor. And I haven't done this in a while, but head over and check out the West of Nowhere podcast. That's, Shane and Levi. They've been on here before. I started posting on my personal Facebook, and like that day, fucking one of them put all their podcasts on there too. So he's trying to compete with me. You goddamn asshole. But yeah, so after you're done listening to my podcast, head over there and check out West of Nowhere. But yeah, like, subscribe, do all you can for the Dutch and Denver stuff. I appreciate it. Until next time, bye.